Real money strategies, real Canadian numbers, retire rich Canada. If you have ever Googled TFSA versus RRSP, you already know the problem. You get hit with a wall of numbers, tax brackets, and fine print that leaves you more confused than when you started, and you end up doing nothing at all. Today, that changes. I'm going to settle this debate once and for all, in plain language, with real Canadian examples, and a clear answer based on where you actually are in life right now. No textbook, no CPA speak, just the clarity you need to make a confident decision and move forward. Because here is the truth that most people miss. The TFSA versus RRSP question is not actually a debate, it's a decision tree. And once you understand the logic, the right answer for your situation becomes obvious. Let's build that logic together, right now. Before we compare them, let's strip both accounts down to their core, because most Canadians have the wrong mental model of what these accounts actually are. A TFSA, tax-free savings account, is not a savings account. The name is misleading. It is a registered investment account where everything that grows inside it, dividends, interest, capital gains, is completely tax-free, forever. You contribute after-tax dollars. The money grows. You withdraw it whenever you want, for any reason, and you owe the government nothing, not 1 cent. And unlike almost every other account in the world, your withdrawal room comes back the following year, so you can recontribute what you took out. An RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan, works the opposite way. You contribute pre-tax dollars, which means every dollar you put in reduces your taxable income today. The government essentially lets you defer your taxes into the future. Your money grows tax-sheltered inside the RRSP. But when you withdraw, at retirement or earlier, you pay income tax on every dollar that comes out at whatever tax rate applies to you at that time. So at their simplest, the TFSA taxes you now, shelters you later. The RRSP shelters you now, taxes you later. That one distinction is the key to everything that follows. Let me lay out the key differences side by side so you can see exactly what each account gives you and what it costs you. Now here is where it gets interesting, and where most Canadian investors go wrong. They treat this as an either-or decision. It is not. Both accounts can and should work together. The real question is simply, which one do you fill first? Here is the framework I would use. It comes down to one primary question. What is your income right now? If you are earning under $55,000 per year, which covers roughly half of all Canadian workers, prioritize the TFSA first. Here is the logic. The RRSP's power comes from the tax refund you get on contributions. But if your marginal tax rate is low, that refund is small. If you earn $45,000, your marginal rate in Ontario is around 29%. So a $5,000 RRSP contribution saves you about $1,450 in taxes today. Useful, but not transformative. And when you retire and withdraw that money, you'll still pay tax on it. If your income in retirement is similar to now, you've barely gained anything. Meanwhile, the TFSA gives you tax-free growth and complete withdrawal flexibility. No strings, no future tax bill, no complexity. For lower and middle-income Canadians, it is the superior starting point. If you are earning over $100,000 per year, the RRSP becomes significantly more powerful. At that income level in Ontario, your marginal tax rate is around 43%. A $15,000 RRSP contribution saves you roughly $6,450 in taxes today, money that comes back as your tax refund and that you can invest further. When you retire, you'll likely be drawing a lower income, which means you'll pay tax on those withdrawals at a lower rate than the rate you saved at. That gap, contributing at 43%, withdrawing at 25%, is where RRSP wealth is built. The higher your income today relative to your expected retirement income, the more the RRSP rewards you. If you are in the $55,000 to $100,000 range, the answer is a blend. And the specific split depends on factors like your employer pension, your expected retirement income, and whether you have a spouse. A general rule: max your TFSA first, then direct any remaining savings capacity into your RRSP. Now I want to tell you about a strategy that almost nobody talks about, and it is available to any Canadian who earns a reasonable income. I call it the RRSP refund loop. Contribute $10,000 to your RRSP before the 2027 March deadline. If your marginal tax rate is 40%, you receive a $4,000 tax refund from the CRA in 2027 April. You immediately invest that $4,000 refund into your TFSA. Next year, repeat. Your RRSP compounds tax-sheltered. Your TFSA compounds tax-free. Both accounts grow simultaneously, funded by one original contribution. This is the move that separates the Canadians who retire comfortably from the ones who don't. They are not earning more money. They are not taking more risk. They are simply using the two accounts together intelligently, letting the government's tax system fund their second investment account for free. Over 30 years, a Canadian who runs this loop versus one who ignores it can end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars more at retirement. Not because they saved more, but because they understood the rules. Before I give you your action plan, let me quickly cover the 3 most common mistakes Canadians make with these accounts, because avoiding these alone could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Mistake 1: using your TFSA as a glorified savings account. Walk into any big Canadian bank and open a TFSA, and they will put your money in a savings deposit earning 1.5%. You are wasting the most powerful tax shelter available to you. A TFSA should hold growth investments, index ETFs, dividend stocks, REITs. The tax-free shelter is only powerful if the thing growing inside it is actually growing. Make sure it is. Mistake 2: over-contributing and triggering CRA penalties. Both accounts have contribution limits, and the CRA tracks them. For the TFSA, over-contributions are penalized at 1% per month on the excess amount. This happens more often than you would think, especially when people withdraw and recontribute in the same calendar year without understanding the rules. Check your contribution room on your CRA My account before adding money to either account. Mistake 3: withdrawing from your RRSP early. Taking money out of your RRSP before retirement triggers immediate withholding tax. 10% on amounts under $5,000, up to 30% on larger withdrawals. Plus, you permanently lose that contribution room. It is gone forever. Your RRSP is a vault. The TFSA is your accessible investment account. Use each one for its intended purpose. So, let me give you the simplest possible summary, because the goal of this video was clarity, and I want to leave you with exactly that. The simple answer: earning under $55,000? Start with your TFSA. Fill it first. Invest it in growth ETFs. Leave it alone. Earning over $100,000? Max your RRSP contribution. Take the refund. Put it straight into your TFSA. Run the loop every year. Earning $55,000 to $100,000? Max the TFSA first, then contribute to your RRSP with whatever is left. And never, ever, let either account sit in a low-interest bank deposit. The Canadian tax system, for all its complexity, actually hands you 2 extraordinary tools. One that rewards you now, one that protects you forever. Most Canadians use neither one properly. You now know how to use both. The next step is not to watch another video. The next step is to log into your CRA My account. Check your available TFSA and RRSP room, and make a single decision. Where does my next dollar go? That decision, made today, compounds into something extraordinary over time. If this video finally made TFSA and RRSP click for you, do 2 things right now. Subscribe so you don't miss our next Canadian finance breakdown, and drop a comment below telling me which account you're prioritizing this year. I read every single one. And if you have a friend who's been confused about this for years, share this video with them today. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Retire Rich Family.